Hey, fellow nurses, let's be real. We didn't go into nursing for the money, right? Or yeah, right. We knew the struggle would be real, and the patients, even more real. We've all been there, staring at our bank accounts after a 12-hour shift, wondering if we should buy groceries or pay our student loans this month. It's enough to make you want to scream into a pillow or into a bedpan we don't judge. But seriously, debt is no joke. It can weigh you down like a lead apron after a double shift. The good news is you're not alone. We're all in this together, scrubs clad and ready to tackle this debt monster head on. So buckle up, nurse financiers, because we're about to dive into the world of debt reduction, and it's going to be informative, empowering, and maybe even a little bit funny. Think of it like this. Every time you pay off a chunk of debt, it's like successfully starting an IV on a squirmy toddler. A small victory, but a damn good feeling. Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down some of the most effective ways to ditch your debt for good. We'll explore the debt snowball method, where you pay off your smallest debts first for a quick morale boost. Then we'll avalanche our way through the debt avalanche method, focusing on high-interest debts to save money in the long run. You've dedicated your life to caring for others. Now it's time to care for your future self. So grab your favorite beverage, extra shot of espresso, anyone? Get comfy, and let's get this financial freedom party started. Okay, nurses, let's talk about the debt snowball method. It's about to be your new favorite thing since Bedside Report went digital. Wait, what? When was that? This method is all about building momentum and keeping you motivated. Because let's face it, tackling debt can feel about as exciting as cleaning out the supply closet. The basic idea is simple. You list your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of interest rates. By knocking out those smaller debts first, you free up more cash to tackle the bigger ones later. It's like that feeling when you finally get through a shift without a single call light going off. Pure bliss. This method is all about those small victories that keep you going. So how do you actually make this snowball roll? First, make a list of all your debts, from that pesky parking ticket to your student loans. Next, arrange them in order of smallest balance to largest, like a perfectly organized med cart. Now comes the fun part. Throw every spare dollar you have at that smallest debt until it's gone. Every time you pay off a debt, no matter how small, celebrate that victory. You're one step closer to financial freedom, my friend. It's like the feeling of finally getting a patient to understand their discharge instructions. A true accomplishment. And trust me, I know what that means. Now, here's where the magic happens. As you pay off each debt, you roll the amount you were paying towards it onto the next smallest debt on your list. So, let's say you were paying $50 towards a credit card and $100 towards a personal loan. Once that credit card is gone, you now have an extra $50 to throw at that personal loan, bringing your total payment to $150. See how that snowball grows? A simple spreadsheet or even a notebook can be your best friend here. Keep track of your progress, watch that snowball gain momentum, and feel that sense of accomplishment wash over you. It's like the feeling of nailing a difficult IV placement on the first try. Pure satisfaction. The debt snowball method is all about staying motivated and building momentum. And what better way to stay motivated than by celebrating your wins? Did you pay off that parking ticket? Treat yourself to a fancy coffee? Wiped out a credit card? Hello, new budget-friendly scrubs. Keep that snowball rolling, and soon enough, you'll be debt-free and ready to take on the world. Or at least that next pile of crazy documentation. All right, adrenaline junkies. If the debt snowball method felt a little too tame, then buckle up for the debt avalanche method. This approach is all about logic, strategy, and outsmarting those pesky interest rates that have been holding you back for too long. Instead of tackling debts based on size, the debt avalanche method focuses on interest rates. By attacking the debts with the highest interest rates first, you'll save money in the long run and shorten your journey to financial freedom. It's like administering that life-saving medication, precise, effective, and oh so satisfying. So, how do you unleash this avalanche of debt destruction? Just like with the debt snowball method, start by making a list of all your debts. This time, though, arrange them in descending order based on their interest rates. That means the debt with the highest interest rate goes right at the top, ready to be tackled first. Now, here's the game plan. Make minimum payments on all your debts to avoid late fees and damage to your credit score. Then, focus all your extra money on that top dog debt with the highest interest rate. As you chip away at that high-interest debt, you'll see those interest charges decrease. It's like watching a patient's vital signs improve, a sign that you're on the right track. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds intense. And you're right. The debt avalanche method requires discipline and focus. There might be times when you're tempted to switch tactics or give up altogether. But trust me, the long-term benefits are worth it. Stay organized, track your progress, and celebrate those milestones along the way. Every dollar you put towards paying off that high-interest debt is a step closer to financial freedom. It's like finally getting to clock out after a double shift. Pure relief. So, which debt-crushing method is right for you? The debt snowball method is like a warm hug. It provides quick wins and keeps you motivated. The debt avalanche method, on the other hand, is like a shot of adrenaline. It's strategic, effective, and saves you money in the long run. Ultimately, the best method is the one that works best for your personality and financial situation. There's no right or wrong answer, just like there's no one-size-fits-all approach to patient care. In the end, the most important thing is to choose a method, stick with it, and celebrate your progress along the way. You've got this, nurses. All right, my fellow debt-slaying ninjas, let's talk balance transfers, the financial equivalent of swapping out those worn-out compression socks for a brand new pair. Imagine this. You've got a credit card with an interest rate that could make a loan shark blush. But fear not, because balance transfers are here to save the day. This nifty little trick involves moving your debt from a high-interest credit card to one with a lower interest rate, often with a promotional 0% APR period. It's like transferring a patient to a quieter room, instant stress relief. Now, before you grab your dancing shoes, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, you'll need to have a decent credit score to qualify for those sweet, low-interest offers. And if you haven't already watched my video on how to maintain a good credit score, you can go back and watch that video. Wait, hold on. At least finish this one first. Next, pay close attention to those transfer fees. Some credit card companies charge a percentage of the amount you transfer, so factor that into your calculations. Timing is everything with balance transfers. Those promotional 0% APR periods don't last forever, usually around 12 to 18 months. During that honeymoon phase, focus on making more than the minimum payments to chip away at that debt faster. Remember, we're not just shuffling debt around, we're aiming for total debt annihilation. It's like that moment when you finally catch a patient's vein on the first try after multiple attempts. A true victory. Now, before you go on a balance transfer spree, remember that this strategy works best when you have a solid plan to pay off your debt during that promotional period. Don't fall into the trap of racking up more debt on your old credit card once you've transferred the balance. The point is, resist the temptation to overspend and stay focused on your debt-free goal. Okay, nurses, let's talk about debt consolidation, the financial equivalent of organizing a messy med cart. Debt consolidation is like hitting the reset button on your finances. Instead of juggling multiple debts with different interest rates and due dates, you combine them into one single loan with a, hopefully, lower interest rate. Think of it like consolidating all those medication reminders into one handy app, much easier to manage. Debt consolidation can be a great option if you're feeling overwhelmed by multiple payments or struggling to keep up with high interest rates. It's like getting that patient who's been vomiting all night finally settled and comfortable. Ah, sweet relief. There are a few different ways to consolidate your debt. You can take out a personal loan from a bank or credit union and use it to pay off your existing debts. Or you could opt for a balance transfer credit card with a low introductory APR, similar to what we discussed earlier. But here's the catch. Debt consolidation isn't a magic wand that makes your debt disappear. Wouldn't that be nice? You're essentially just shifting your debt around, and there are some potential downsides to consider. First and foremost, you need to make sure you're actually getting a lower interest rate with your consolidated loan. Another thing to watch out for is those pesky fees. Some lenders charge origination fees or balance transfer fees that can add up quickly. And here's a big one. Debt consolidation doesn't address the root cause of your debt. If you haven't tackled those spending habits or budgeting issues that got you into debt in the first place, you could easily find yourself right back where you started. So before you jump on the debt consolidation bandwagon, make sure it's the right move for you. Talk to a financial advisor, compare interest rates and fees, and most importantly, have a solid plan in place to tackle your spending habits and stay on track for a debt-free future. All right, nurses, we've covered the major debt demolition strategies, but now it's time to unleash some secret weapons for staying out of debt and building a brighter financial future. Think of it like mastering those ninja-like skills that make you the envy of every other profession, like starting an IV on a vein that only you seem to find. First up, we need to talk about budgeting. I know, the B word can make even the most seasoned nurse break out in a cold sweat. It sounds about as fun as a 12-hour shift with no bathroom breaks. But trust me, budgeting doesn't have to be a drag. Think of your budget as a roadmap to financial freedom. It helps you track your income and expenses so you can identify areas where you can save money and make smarter spending choices. Now, I won't go into budget into its entirety, because I also made a video on how to budget like a true nurse financier. Please go and watch that one as well. But as soon as you have finished watching this one, and please pay keen attention. Thank you. Now, let's talk about building wealth. Because let's face it, paying off debt is great, but wouldn't it be even better to have money left over to actually enjoy life? I'm talking about those well-deserved vacations, that fancy coffee maker that practically makes the perfect latte for you, or even just the peace of mind that comes with knowing you're financially secure. Remember all those times you wished you could tell a patient where to stick their IV? Well, building wealth gives you the power to tell your money where to go. It's about taking control of your finances and making your money work for you, instead of the other way around. One of the easiest ways to start building wealth is by automating your savings. Set up a system where a portion of your paycheck automatically gets transferred to a savings or investment account each month. It's like that feeling when you finally get a patient's pain under control, automatic relief. We've covered a lot of ground today, from snowballing our way out of debt, to unleashing the power of balance transfers, and even conquering the fearsome beast that is budgeting. But here's the thing, nurses, you're already financial superheroes. Think about it. You handle life or death situations on a daily basis. You decipher doctors' handwriting that would make a hieroglyphics professor weep. You convince patients to do things they don't want to do, like, actually take their medication. Heck, you make bedpans and urinals carrying look almost appealing. So, tackling your finances? That's just another day in the life of a nursing rock star. You've got the skills, the determination, and the caffeine-fueled energy to handle anything life throws your way, including those pesky student loans and credit card bills. Remember, financial freedom is a journey, not a destination. There will be bumps in the road, unexpected expenses, and moments when you want to throw your budget out the window and buy a lifetime supply of chocolate. And you know what? That's okay. Give yourself grace, celebrate the small victories, and remember that you're not alone in this. We're all in this together, scrubs-clad and ready to build a brighter financial future for ourselves and our families. So go forth and conquer your finances, nurses. I believe in you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to track down that patient who threatens to abscond. They thought I forgot, but nurses never forget. Thank you for watching. This is Nursefinancia clocking out. And remember to stay financially informed. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's be a part of this great community of nurses, nurse financiers, checking our financial pulses.